So when you don't believe in dinosaurs, you run into this conundrum that someone recently that's just always watching put it so perfectly, that my issue with dinosaurs isn't that I am aware that their bones are made out of plaster and buried. It's not about the schemes about how to fake dinosaurs. It's about the fact that they were invented by the mind before they were discovered. In this world, you cannot trust anything that is invented by the mind before it gets discovered. And so, what about all the innocent people that believed in dinosaurs? And there's no way that they generate any kind of wrath, or, God isn't jealous that they believe in dinosaurs instead of God, right? So are you going to do lie to them? No. They're going to say, well, geez, why did God invent, Leviathan? Because Leviathan is basically like a sea monster, which is a dinosaur. As we know, that there was books of dinosaurs on land and in the ocean, right? So supposing that they're fake, if I am to believe that they're fake, right, then that means God didn't create Leviathans at all. So is it all a lie? Because what about the people who have no wrong in believing these things? In this world, it was designed for them to believe in those things before you were born. There's an entity that hates you before you were born. And it's because they've been willing to take upon themselves the mantle of the vicar of Christ for justice, Department of Justice, and they shapeshift into evangelicons, and then repose in Hegelian dialectic fashion to approach Trump, and then Trump is guilty by association just because they approached him, and they pretended to be like ingratiating themselves with the presence of Trump, but they would rather pop him than fight. It's just like Julio and Wappa with the choppa. He would rather pop him than have to fight him. So because we can't believe that, then you know what I'm saying, Daddy, we would run around back and forth. They're running us back and forth, tired for nothing. So okay, back to the dinosaurs, right? God create the reason example. I mean, the question is, why did God create the Leviathan? Imagine a little kid asked you that, right? You're the one that bought him the books about dinosaurs, okay? He's like, why did God create these monsters, right? So the answer is because God created the sea monster to show off his ability to create beyond your ability to even conceive or imagine, right? And then years later, you believe it's all a hoax, and you're saying, well, God didn't create the Leviathan, right? And the reason why is because you're not supposed to believe in anything that was invented by the mind of man before it's discovered. In this world, you can't afford to do that. You're putting all your eggs in the basket of someone else. Like someone else can decide what to do with it if they want to even give it back. You know what I mean? They're not just holding it for you. There's a risk, you know what I mean? Somebody noticed that they have a lot of eggs. They have to decide the price themselves. They have to tell you what it's worth. So interesting. That's caught up in the protective instincts and the apprehension of the great mother in the wilderness, right? She's like, you're supposed to get smart because of this. Like, our brains grew because of that. You have to imagine that for somebody to place a basket with a baby to float upriver, not downriver, upriver, they would have to have enough nautical understanding of nautical science to know how not to overshoot or undershoot so that the baby in the basket lands on the riverbank in the principality that, or not, I mean, in the municipality, excuse me, not principal, in the municipality that is not, what's it called? Embattled, because they're having these battles and stuff. You know, this is a story of like Moses, right? So Moses floats up the Nile, no, which river was it? I don't know. They can I don't know, but they're beyond that. That's like, okay. There are really actually two rivers where the top current, the water on the top goes up. So there's water always going out to the ocean, but the top layer travels up the river. And that's the Nile. And see, they could come to just prove me wrong. Look, there's more rivers that does this, okay? That's not the only one. No, there's spots in rivers that do that, you know. But the Amazon and the Nile have this. I wonder if it's because of the deepness. How deep the river is. Okay, I'm not gonna get onto a word sound fallacy because I said deep. Deep. But there's something like trying to teach you in there. There's like that's like an ascended master or something. Like, you know how we say that if there's evidence of a being of that's able to transcend and then send a message back through, I don't know what you want to say. I mean, back through the eschaton to ripple timelessness, to teach everybody the way back or something like that. But then whatever that is a little bit in everybody else too. There's like a little bit of that in everybody, and it actually plays out in the physical domain, which sounds like, oh shit, like, you know, you have to be on your P's and Q's and doing everything right all the time so that this will ever happen or something like that. But I mean, that too. Yes, that too. But I mean, it is a thing. It is there. It's like it harkens people. Re-immersify into the unified field through clean Mars jump technology, like clean propulsion.